door. So this will be definitely one interesting battle as they come up to the front straight here.
All right, they fire it into the sweeper here. Oh, look at the back bumper comes off. A big mistake.
Big mistake there by Matty Hill. Obviously had a real struggle on the initiation. They have got that thing hooking up really well. And see how Liam didn't quite tuck out to the outside there, giving Matty the room.
Thrown there for Drew Donovan, who slots into the 16 as we take a look at the next battle up. Adam Hedges taking on the Rattler Motorsport BOC SB Tools Falcon.
Yeah, so nice entry there from Adam Hedges. Fluid motion, bit of a correction there from Shane Allen in the SB Tools Falcon, but as they come over the hill here, big mistake from Hedges. Straight lines twice, and that is a mechanical.
Let's see how this shakes out, Kenny. The first time we saw Hodges, he was in the lead first, so this is going to be a real challenge for him, trying to catch up with Jeff Jones, who, despite not having a lot of laps in a right-hand drive car, has been pretty fast this weekend and settled in really quickly, just showing how good a talent he is behind the wheel. Ben Hodges doing a good job here, trying to hang. Oh, is he going to hit him? No! Surge right up onto Jeff Jones's car. Jeff Jones stays in it. Jeff Jones has given Ben Hodges that opportunity.
The podium.
The Drift Masters Grand Prix champion. Laurie Heinonen just flirted with that outside line there, Kenny, and he is right in the pocket, showing why he is one of the best in the world. Laurie Heinonen, the Finnish phenomenon, doing what he can do. He is just an absolute animal behind the wheel. And ladies and gentlemen, please let Laurie Heinonen know how much you have appreciated. We've been being asked where the man is by the Fink Army, and here he is, Luke Fink. Luke Fink and co, all the way out of Australia, going global with an FD campaign this season. Thanks to JDM Racing, here he is battling head-to-head with Hawke's Bay's Adam Whitehead, the 700 horsepower Plan B, Pertec, Sylvia, and a little waiver in the chase position from Adam Whitehead as Luke Fink just doing it and delivering again.
Turn to lead the way, he sets himself up. Carl Thompson goes shallow, he's allowed to do that, and they're both dialing on the angle. Jenkins, he certainly hits the clip this time as they fly through into this. Might have seen a right rear tyre off and a big correction, and that correction there is potentially going to cost Carl Thompson the win as Troy Jenkins motors his way through the big sweeping right-hander here at Hampton Downs. Carl Thompson.
As you can see now, the judges are going to judge this on the gap that they have. Now, Ben has 600 odd, 800 odd horsepower. Drift Squid, he only has 380 kilowatts, so a whole heap less power. So they will judge it on how the gap stays the whole way through and pretty much the line that these guys run. So Ben run a nice clean run through there.
Ben would have leading out from Sky Zhao in the 2 Degrees 350Z. Darren Kelly in the DKM Fabrication. Now both these drivers were standouts in the top 16, but Darren Kelly with a championship title hunt, he had something to prove at Mount Smart and he was laying it on. But do not count out Sky Zhao. Look at him right up on that rear quarter, chasing just out of his skin, Brendan.
That's right, Kenny, but the 2 Degrees 350Z unfortunately put a wheel off coming into the judge section, and the judges heavily marked that down for Sky. So while the chase
back, well, we're about to find out. Drew Donovan now gets a chance to lead here in the Milwaukee Tools S15, and Michael Prosnick all over the rear, and he tags the rear.
Well,
in fact, it sends Donovan off into the dirt.
He didn't hold back at all, Kenny. I like his driving style, but just too aggressive. Taps Drew Donovan.
Ben Jenkins on the lead. They're both on the wall. They're on the line. The judges want to see nice fluidity so far. Good switch by both of them. Synchronized. Ben, lots of speed. Scrubs it off now. Matty just hangs back a bit. Both on the turbo smart outside clip. Ben's got a bit of a gap here on Matty. Matty needs to close that gap in the Foreman's S15. Ben Jenkins though, hammering down, sending in.
Touches the concrete on the way out, but a great lead run first up for Ben Jenkins. What do you think of that
NZ Vapor Zone. So Troy again going for a shallow line, but is Dane and Templeman going to be able to catch him up? We know that he's fast. So Dane comes through. Looks to dive a little bit slightly, gain that proximity back. But that's a nice line for that through Casper transmission for Troy Jenkins. Sorry, for Troy Jenkins. And then doing the same thing that we saw from Dane and Templeman. Just comes off the wall shallow and great.
In the chase position here, let's see what happens as Connor Halligan tries to initiate it. The section gets in there nicely on one, gets out to number 2. That's where Connor Halligan's had that. He's got it sorted this time. Just that little bit faster. I think the car's a little bit more settled. Yeah, no, he's got it dialed this time, Connor Halligan.
He was a bit conservative on angle through the first half of the section. He's dialed a bit more onto it through these last scoring zones. So I'm wondering if that was
Snatch it off him with the very last pass of the day, and that is exactly what he did yesterday. Just fast and fluid and flowing. Connor Halligan just bagging those rear tyres up, gets back on the gas, and he will smoke out Olive Kroner, who is now lost and has probably put a wheel up off the track there. Connor Halligan is gone, and Jaron Olive Kroner is just a memory.
RB30 up against the Coyote 5-litre V8. Rody now leading out. Now you'd have to say Rody potentially with a disadvantage in the first run, so he's trying to lay down the best lead run he can.
Fingerdan's still right there with him though in the smoke. Fingerdan sitting right in the back pocket there. Oh, Rody's going to rotate round.
And that's the Blackpool Liquor Machine, and it's a big start for Bruce Tannock. Tannock gets into driving motion as he throws it into the right-hander here at Hampton Downs, in through the NZ Vapor clip. Both drivers missing the clip, and you can see a decent-sized gap forming between Bruce Tannock and Gargan Kang. Gargan Kang didn't have the greatest Wellington route. He came a gutser and hit the concrete pretty hard. To the action on track, it is the Pass Raider NZ S14 of Jaron Olive Kroner chasing down that big Mount Shop Rattler Falcon. Shane Allen behind the wheel.
See, it's blown me away just how every single guy is really sucking on the inside there with these semi-slick tyres. The cars are hooking up so well, but look at Jaron there. He's just popped into that pocket there, had a little bit of a bobble.
Even if he does know on communications that he's got the advantage, the Achilles Radio AX7 door-to-door with the ATJ 180SX. Joe Marshall's going to have to force something here, but Andrew Redwood door-to-door as he's got the advantage. Bit of a straight line there from Andrew Redwood. Now, is that going to be outweighed by the big hit that Joe Marshall previously had on that wall? So interesting to see how the judges are going to score that. Who made the bigger mistake? We're about to find out, Kenny.
Yeah, that's right. Tom Marshall doing all he can in the lead, but Andrew Redwood,
his second round ever. Stuart Baker has been a bit of a regular in the Pro-Am Development Series, and you've seen his development really well. Graham Smythe, nice entry there, even though he's on the trace. Bit of a correction from Stuart Baker on the lead. Graham Smythe just going to play it safe. He'll try to close up this gap as they come over the hill into Sector 2. Stuart Baker, good line there, I should say. Be a very interesting score.
Darren Kelly right on that back bumper. Talking about the bumper, Jaron's bumper has come right off. Hit by Darren on his way out, tugging that rear quarter.
Darren Kelly doing a textbook run. The doctor is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Darren Kelly up on the bank. Jaron Kelly on the Jaron on the back. Jaron into the wall. Holds a pin, ladies and gentlemen. What a chase!
R34 Skyline RB30 32 pound machine comes through, hits the Turbo Smart zone and heads up to the high line that the judges want to see. Good angle. Shallows up though, judges won't be happy to see that part of it, but Jesse Greenside at the same time doing a great job in chase, shallowing up himself so he can try and gain proximity, but this is where the mole starts to hammer down on that gas pedal, firing out, and a great finish.
Luke Fink, I believe this is a one more time, Kenny, so we have to get a decision out of this one. Was there a little puff of dirt just there?
I was hoping to hear a bit more of the throttle use off the entry, but we've got the noise back in our ears as we come on through to the end of the section. The OMT run.
Yeah, so we have to have a decision.
Start procedure here on the rolling start. Fangadan tips it in.
Yeah, Fangadan stroking that throttle. Fangadan cranks it up the angle. Fangadan with that big snappy transition. Sean Potros runs up the inside there, and there was a wheel off there from Potros. It has enabled him to close back up onto Fangadan there, but then he's found himself in an awkward spot. Then Fangadan chokes it up on angle, but it doesn't affect the speed. And then I think Sean Potros has grabbed a little bit of inside.
Adam Davies up against the RH Pink Machine.
Yes, it's Sam West, Mr. West, a couple of drivers who probably know. A little bit of a watch there in the front end from Sam West, trying to keep up with the rapid 20B of Adam Davies for Mimico and Hydrolink Racing. Sam West is going to stay on the track. Oh, he drifted way up there, and then I can see
on screen as we go through. It's the Galores Parks Group Pro Championship, round number 3 here at Hampton Downs. So inside clip, rocking that car over. It's a big car, and you can see it absolutely billowing off the smoke. Now, of course, if you are If you're a purist or if you are somebody who's followed the D1NZ for many years, you'll know that that car there, which has been kept.
So here the two boys go out. They've both got sequentials. They've both got good power. One's an RB, one's a 2J. Gar going to be sending it in here quite quickly. Troy knows he's got a slight advantage. Look at that big entry by Troy. I was quite surprised, but a bit of a bobble by both of them. Gargan now just dropping two wheels, which is...
That's going to be back to the replay to actually count the wheel drops.
Well, I don't... yeah. For sure, but I don't think they'll probably go.
Lays on the angle, he's not holding back despite holding that advantage. These drivers competing at the top level do have radio contact. They have a spotter up in the tower, but look at Gaz Grove just leading out.
Well, that's a great aspect to point out, Kenny. These top-level guys, they do have communication on comms into the car with their spotter to know who's got the advantage and allow them to have that tactical drift if they want up. But Gaz Wider not holding back door-to-door with that CMP S15. It's going to be enough. Gaz Wider through to top 8. But now we have Joel Hedges up against Stuart Baker.
Now Joel Hedges in the Sears Garage S13 in the running for the championship this year, so he's taking a careful approach in the chase here, but he doesn't want to wash out too wide. Now he might have been put off a little bit there from Stu Baker's entry. In fact, he's all over the track. The whole run's gone, Brendan.
Yeah, Stuart